And oh no, boom. Hey, welcome to Houston Wade Problem. It's after dark. It's Friday or Saturday morning for some of you Euro apes. Welcome to our wonderful evening. Everything's bleeding heinously. But there is weird news out there. In the description, I shot it in there. I was chatting with Get It Got earlier, and he would say, hey, look at Docusign. So I checked out Docusign just before class. I'm like, holy crap. So Docusign exceeded expectations, all projections. Their profits 163% up over last year, and their stock price halved today on, maybe in the future it won't be as good as this. So it's basically the reason. But if you dig deeper, there's, it's audio fuzzy. God damn it. God, I worked on it so hard. Well, stupid audio crap. Hey, everybody. Well, anyway, Citadel has like a boatload of puts on Docusign and just made a fortune off those things. So yeah, Mike is still distorting. You son of a biscuit. All right, let's see here. I worked on all these filters. I learned how to do it. The gain, we'll drop the gain down, drop the gain way down, and see if that makes me so quiet that you guys can't even hear me anymore. And it's still hot. I have a really nice microphone, and Blue Tech or whoever these guys are, they never sent me the little screw that attaches it to a microphone stand. And then I contacted them and said, oh, one's on the way. And they still haven't sent one. And yeah. No, Docusign had great earnings. Docusign's earnings were fantastic. The Docusign just crushed it earnings wise. And they were projected like at 42 cents, and they came in at like 55 cents per share. Yeah, earnings are way up. So Docusign got hammered, got basically just hammered into oblivion. And Citadel has a boatload of puts. They've got millions of puts or something against them right now. So they just made a fortune by crashing the stock price on that thing. Okay, so the other news is Metamaterial. Their Torchlight preferred shares are going to roll over into Oilco. They announced that today in their earnings. And from the press release, it sounds like they have a buyer lined up for Q1. And I forget who it was that was in our show last week that was talking about who, Joshua? Crap, what was his name? He was an oil guy. And he was like, oh, this is how the oil industry works. And he was giving us all sorts of info on oil. And I wish I remembered his name. It's totally killing me right now. But he's like, yeah, if they're going to buy fields, they're going to do it in Q1. So it looks like they've got a buyer lined up for Q1, but it's going to roll over into these shares. And since it's a wholly owned subsidiary of Metamaterial, when they sell that, Metamaterial gets another huge dump of cash, including those of us who have those preferred shares. So, yeah, we got that going for us. Yeah, so there you go. And I'm going to hit Jimmy D's super chat here. He says, happy birthday. Is DRS way to receive crypto dividend for GME, or is it a way for hedge funds to sneakily steal 8 bananas through fast system? Handsome number 1. Well, thank you, Jimmy D. I mean, if you are a DRS, you will get your crypto dividend. I don't actually care about getting a crypto dividend. I care about being able to sell my stock for $1 kajillion. Like if the crypto dividend is a Wu-Tang album, that would be fantastic. I would be totally stoked to have that and be able to listen to it because, Wu-Tang. But I care more about being able to make millions of dollars off my shares than I do about listening to the album. And I figure if I can make $1 million off my shares, I can figure out a way to listen to that album. So yeah. I don't know how they can sneakily steal through the fast system. I have to look into how that could possibly be. But I don't know. Jimmy D. That second part, don't know. MacroTurf. Hey, Houston. Stupid wild theory. Is it possible the DRS is a ploy by short hedge funds to keep the peak MOAS down, considering CompuShare caps and mill a share? Love your shit. Shit or shirt? It's a good shirt today. I mean, that would be pretty clever if they got a whole bunch of people in there that just couldn't sell for what the price should be going for. At the same time, if they're having a hard time selling, it kind of does force an infinity pool, right? I mean, how would you feel if you got all your shares in DRS and you can't sell your shares and you're watching people on other platforms sell for like 15 million a share or 40 million a share when it's peaking? You'd feel pretty shitty. So, I mean, if you want to DRS, I'm not going to stop you. I'm just not going to do it because I have no interest in holding these shares forever. I have an interest in selling them for a stupid amount of money when the time comes. And if I want GameStop shares after that, I can go back, you know, and buy them for $200 a share, $300 a share, whatever the post MOAS price is. I don't need to hold them forever. I can just as readily sell them and buy them again. All right. All right. It's hard watching Houston looking at us sexually. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, everything's red. Everything is red. It's red. I had, you know, because I got in late and didn't manage to get my options for GameStop on the Friday before. I missed out, and I just sold them for a loss, and with that chunk of change, I think I'll just throw it into naked shares for now, not think of it, because naked just been like 60 cents, 90 cents, 60 cents, 90 cents. So I bought it 60, and it's now like 50 cents. So it just everything is red at the moment. Fried Tater Explosion. Thank you for all you do. Mahalo. Welcome from Hawaii. It's no, it's dark for you now in Hawaii, isn't it? Yeah, no, not quite. Almost. It's almost sunset for you out there in Honolulu. Getting close, at least. All right. All right. William Morgan's talking about NCSoft and Nirvana Meta Beta. I'll have to look into those because I don't know shite about those things. So I'll have to look. I'll do some reading, William, and see what those are all about because I don't know. But they got token coming. The Monday Bitcoin whale. Interesting. All right. I have to look into those. All right. So, hey, we're 10 minutes in. I'm already 10 minutes behind in the chat. We're good. We are right on schedule. Bill Coyne, heard Houston works as a male stripper at the ladies club part-time. Only part-time because it's hard to fill a room right now with COVID. So, hoping to go back to full-time soon. And work my wiggle. Yeah, the ladies are great tippers, and you know, you really can't fault them for that. It's you know, you twerking hard for the money. That's what I'm saying. Oh, hey, and there it is. It's 37 gaming. Turn off your intro. Boom, intro's off. You guys don't get one today. Ha. Jason Blacklacing, can we agree that selective grooming of facial hair is a bad idea? Oh, it's a terrible idea. It's an awful idea. But it's an awful idea that happens once a year. Legacy 10 Productions, Houston. Are we still on schedule for Gherkin's exposure date run-up thesis? This is morning, Friday 17th. The day to purchase calls. Happy birthday and go Mariners. I might buy Thursday just before close because I didn't wake up in time to buy them early in the morning on that Friday of the last time around. And had I done that, I would have been up, what, 100% at the end of Friday. So I will probably buy Thursday. And if things are green on Monday, I'm going to sell and not try to get greedy and shoot for Wednesday. That's what I'm gonna do. That's my plan. And then hopefully do that again in January. Let's see how things work in January. I think I'll be skiing. I'll be living it up in Switzerland then. I'll get done skiing like what, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I should be able to have time because that's about the time market opens. And so yeah, I get done. I can go boop, 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 and participate. My friends will be like, "Why aren't you helping us cook dinner? Why are you staring at your computer?" But while I'm in Switzerland, I think I'll be able to do shows fairly easily that are during the market day because that's the evening time over there. Carlos Rayo Cruz, thank you for the microphone emoji. I hope the audio is better. Still starting a bit. All right. Well, I've done everything I can do. I don't know what else to do with this thing. Yeah. Surely it used to have been deflowered. Yes. Can I bring the mic closer? I can do that. Does that work? If I bring it closer to my face now? Hope so. And this little shield spit spray thing, get out of my face. And the problem is, I like the other microphone. The thing I have for it, if I can get it hooked in, the microphone is up here, and that way you guys can stare at Monkey Butt, who is currently blocked by my microphone. So, sorry, Monkey Butt. Dino C. Houston, what are your thoughts on AMC and GME stocks next week? I think everything's going to get hammered for another week. We got the good news that we have another almost 3-month reprieve for the debt ceiling, which I think it's so silly that we're gonna be doing this forever. Every 3 months, we're gonna be doing this debt ceiling thing, and it just get rid of the filibuster and pass the debt ceiling and get it over with. So I don't have to think about it anymore, because in February we got to do this all over again. And February 18th is that the date that of the monthlies that we're all shooting for in February for options? I think it's the 18th, isn't it? So that's quite a coincider. But yeah, I would expect another week of more brutal red. What we have right now is everybody who invested in Chinese bonds, and especially these real estate bonds, they have huge write-offs they have to do before the first of the year for this quarter. And I would expect that we'll start to see press releases from big banks and institutions saying, hey, we don't have any money because, China isn't paying us the money they owe us. And so we aren't going to meet earnings expectations. And they're going to start putting this stuff out there. Remember, it took about a month for all the guys that had to margin call Archegos and liquidate them. Goldman Sachs and Nomura and Credit Suisse, all those folks, took about a month for them to finally be like, yeah, this quarter we're going to lose a lot of money. So we'll probably start hearing that as we get closer to Christmas and New Year's, that certain banks and institutions around the world are like, yeah, we have to write off $40 billion of our investments because Sicknick or Fantasia or Evergrande or one of those companies just can't make good on their deals. This cancer that is in the Chinese bond market is growing, and it is taking over almost all the bonds across almost all the type of markets in China. And I wouldn't doubt if it starts to spread to municipal bonds in China as well. And those municipal bonds are a bomb waiting to go off. There's $8 trillion of them. Most of them are to foreign investors. And here's the thing, is that municipal bonds are illegal in China, but the Chinese government was just looking the other way and letting them do these things so they can make bus stations and train tracks and pave roads and build schools and stuff like that, which they weren't allowed to do that way before. It was very centralized. The big government would like piece out things, but these local communities said, "Hey, let's sell some bonds. Let's build this stuff." And the Chinese government was like, "You know what? Whatever, do your thing." But technically, they weren't supposed to do that. And if a lot of these companies are going under as a result of the Chinese real estate market collapsing, then we should also have a gigantic issue with those municipal bonds getting paid back as well. So, yeah, there's $8 trillion of them, and that dwarfs anything that happened with the U.S. real estate market in 2008. Okay, Chakuseki, Houston, can you say hi to my friend Spencer and call him a Feech? Spencer, you're Feech. All right, there you go. Hope that worked. I have no idea what that means. I may have just said some sort of slur in a horrible language, and I apologize if I did. Okay. My baseball keeps rolling in the way of my mouse here. Okay. Morgan, I am undressing with my eyes. I'm going to let my hair down and just give you the saucy look. And now you're slipping off your seat. I know it. Okay. Justin Kappa TV, Houston, did you listen to the Ken Griffin interview on Clubhouse? The whole thing seems staged and pre-planned, especially the question regarding GME. Oh, definitely. It was a total propaganda. I only got clips of it because it happened while I was teaching today, so I didn't quite have the opportunity to listen. I got little clips while I was commuting home. But there's nothing that dude does that isn't completely pre-planned and staged. Everything he does is an orchestration of propaganda effort. His comments about hard downloaded Call of Duty and I didn't go to a store for it. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't quite understand that GME is changing their entire tactic to cater to that. Okay. Yeah, Mike sounds kind of funny. I'm sorry. Well, now they're saying push the mic away. Push the mic away, bring it closer, push it away, bring it closer. Yeah. Sorry, sound is horrible. I fixed it once and then everything reset, and I don't remember what I did to fix everything on this microphone. And just what an evil monster you are. Trying to look. I don't know, man. I don't know. Nobody Z. I don't believe in crypto dividend because nothing good happens. I believe in Molas because I believe in human stupidity, even on higher levels like banks and financial institutions. Yeah, human stupidity is something you can always guarantee. Last year I got a 30-day ban from Facebook because I said in America most people are mostly stupid, and it got flagged as hate speech, and I was blocked from Facebook for 30 days. But come on, most people are mostly stupid. Yeah. Watson, Houston, what do you think about the Fidelity shenanigans yesterday? Well, the Fidelity shenanigans, they came out real quick and they're like, hey, one of our members typed some things in wrong. This stuff isn't accurate at all. That's what I would say about that. I don't know. They're long on. You want your blanket? I know you do. Sorry, buddy. There you go. Go under your blanket. They're long on these meme stocks for sure, and they definitely do lend them out because money's money. That's their role, is to make money. But even if they lend this stuff out, when MOAS happens, they get it back and they sell it and they make a pile. So they're their own clearinghouse. They're not members of the DTCC. They don't have to abide by any of these DTCC rules. They have their own rules. So they're out for the same reason that JP Morgan left and formed their own clearinghouse. JP Morgan's they don't want to be responsible for all these guys. So they're done. Religious Pickle, I think playing the intro twice should fix the mic. You should try it. Maybe if you guys are good. If you're good, You might get the intro again. Kyle Griffin, Houston, thoughts on all the bigwigs stepping down from these huge companies now that Gas Can Maxwell is on trial? I think it's related. It's possible. I mean, those folks. The thing about powerful people is that a lot of them, and I talked about this before, a lot of them are terrible people, and they got to those positions of power because they're terrible people, and they're willing to do terrible things and step on people and climb over them. And it might be some sort of evolutionary advantage of having a personality disorder. But a lot of those folks get to those positions and they do terrible things because they want all the power and they want to be able to do terrible things unfettered. And you got someone like Epstein and Maxwell, and what appears that they did was they set up situations where they could then provide an illicit service to powerful people, and then they would blackmail them. And they'd blackmail them and force them to invest in companies and funds and do charity work for them. And essentially they just tied them behind their back. The reports of when they raided Epstein's house townhouse in New York is that they found, hours and hours and hours and hours of DVDs and computer files and video files of people who had, partied with Epstein doing probably horrible things. So I wouldn't doubt if there's connections between a lot of these folks stepping down. You have a confluence. You've got the economy doing weird stuff and people not knowing how to fix it and being pushed out. And you probably have people that are like, I'm going to piss off to my private island in Belize and never see you folks again because I do not want to deal with the news. There's probably that too. Yeah. Shin Chan. Happy birthday, Houston. What's your take on what's happening in Turkey and impact on the global economy along with Russia putting missiles on one of the Japanese islands? Oh, man. Well, Erdogan in Turkey is an authoritarian. He's an anti-democratic authoritarian. He came in, I'm not as well versed on Turkey as I wish I was, but he came in with an Islamist party and essentially cracked down as an authoritarian and not really a religious figure. I think he is definitely not an asset to NATO. I believe his obligations to NATO are essentially nil at this point, in that he's aligning himself more with Russia and the Kremlin. Russia putting missiles on one of the Japanese islands. These are islands that have been in dispute for a long time, since at least before the 1905 Russo-Japanese War, and they've been doing this stuff for over a century with each other, trying, this island's mine, no, this island's mine, and we can look at the geography of it so you guys can see. Google Earth. Well, there's right back at ye old Lincoln's Head. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, let's get ourselves north here. Keep going. All right. Okay. North. So these are an island archipelago that is Japan. Sakhalin Island, this island here in the north, is a part of the same island arc as Japan is. And Sakhalin Island is controlled by Russia and has been controlled by Russia since 1905, I believe. Or was it after World War II they got it? Which one was it? Can't remember. Someone look up on Wikipedia real quick and correct me. My sister lived in Sakhalin Island for a few years. She taught English at one of the colleges here. And these little islands that are above Hokkaido are all in dispute constantly. Japan claims it, Russia claims it, Japan claims it, Russia claims it, and it's just been that way for a century or more. As it stands now, it is pretty much Russians on Sakhalin and pretty much Japanese in the Northern Islands. There are Russo-Japanese people that were the product of both cultures, and they're kind of frowned upon in both cultures. but so that's, you know, you can see that geologically that these islands, even the islands coming off of the Kamchatka Peninsula, these islands also are constantly in flux between Japan and Russia. I'm not sure which ones Japan claims right now. The Kuril, these ones are Russia, I think, and I think these ones are Japan. Is that correct? No, Kuril I think goes a little higher, if I remember correctly. I don't remember all the way, but they're also always constantly in flux between the two, and they have been for 100 or more years. This whole region, everything in this region has had one nation or the other has controlled different parts of all this. So, you know, at one time Japan controlled all of Korea and a chunk of China. Then China controlled all of Korea and a chunk of Taiwan. Then Japan came in and controlled Taiwan. And it just bounces back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, depending on who's feeling more warlike, who's got the better technology, who's not experiencing the bubonic plague, and so on. But yeah, so I am duly impressed with Russia's ability to exert influence in this day and age, because their economy is like tiny. They do not make a lot of money. Their economy is much smaller than that of California's, and they're still able to exude influence all over the place. And I'm impressed. I call me impressed by you know, the dark arts of Vladimir Putin. He is a awful evil man, but you know, he gets results, dude. that's one thing for sure. Okay. I just need the little screw. I don't need a new mic. I just need the little screw that ties into this thing, and then I've got like the gain and volume and all that crap right on this thing, and I don't have to rely on stupid software to do it for me. And why these bastards have not sent me the stupid screw they promised me, I don't know. I'm gonna have to write them back and complain, and then threaten to leave an angry Amazon review or something. Okay. Everyone's arguing about whether Wu-Tang's going to be an NFT. I don't know. It'd be exciting if it was. It'd be crazy clever and hilarious, and absolutely fits in line with internet meme culture, and I love the idea. So... Grandpa Barney, you're done working. The weather calmed down. Lost 115 kilovolt transmission line and keyport to Bainbridge. Grandpa took a day off. Got a new iPhone. Screw up my super chat. Kind of like your audio. All right. Well, I'm looking a little distorted, I guess. Yeah, we were out power for most of Wednesday. It came on just before 3. Finally came on. But I guess another storm is rumbling in, from what I heard. So, I don't know. Update for the charity show. I might be having Laser Haas on here, who was the CEO of etoys.com. So for Charity Tuesday on, was it the 21st? Yes, it'll be 21st this month. So 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, we'll have the former CEO of eToys, who was the they're a victim of Bain Capital, Vulture Capitalism. They got heavily shorted by the shorts, and then Amazon scooped in and bought up what's left. So we're gonna hear his story, and I thought it'd be kind of appropriate, because I get when he owned eToys, they did tons of donations to Toys for Tots as well. So I think it's pretty cool that we can do that. I just got connected with him today, so we're gonna set that all up, and so look forward to that interview in a couple weeks when we chit chat all about that stuff. Tom Richter. Did you hear about the big storm coming to the Big Island? 12 to 18 inches of snow, 100-mile-an-hour winds on top of the mountain next week. Oh boy, ski season on Mauna Kea is happening. My friends are going to be going up there and having a grand old time. And all the rangers are like, oh, lame. because that means they're going to be like setting bones and stuff all week long. Okay. What are you doing? Wait, Swavo. What's Swavo asking? What am I doing with it all? I don't know what I'm doing with anything. Oh, you're my Problema tokens. My Problema tokens are still sitting there. I'm still waiting for Ethereum 2.0 to happen, where proof of stake, that was they call it, right, becomes the gas fees, and the gas fees drop by like $1 bajillion, because the gas fees are even more expensive now than when I created Problema coins. And it was like $20, 18 to $20 to like send people Problema coins, and now it's like $70 to $100 to send people Problema coins. So I need to get either figure out, I don't know how to get it onto layer 2. Not a clue. I don't know what kind of program that involved, because I basically copied and pasted my program and just changed a few things here and there to make them. But just Ethereum, if anyone who controls Ethereum, fix your shit. Create Ethereum 2.0 already and screw the miners. There's enough Ethereum out there. Just proof of stake. Just do that. Okay. Dan D. Line. Hey all, Dan here. If you praise Lady VWAP, there's a Wendy's dumpster out there for you to find tendies. All right. Working hard for the money. All right. Windows Mic Boost. Man, it's a software I can use. I have no idea. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting invaded by the Dans. Late night Dans are crawling into the chat here. Well, welcome one Dan. If I welcome one Dan, I welcome all Dans. You guys are welcome. Welcome to come in here and spout your ridiculousness that you just... I wonder if you have to change your name to Dan on YouTube, does it automatically just raise your blood alcohol level to like a 0.3? That's what... Like, really? Is that possibly what's happening? Alright, so I gotta talk directly into my microphone for you guys to hear me. Alright, this thing was doing so well out and about, but an earnings day for GME's on Monday? No, the 8th. That'd be Wednesday. Next Wednesday is the earnings call. Okay. For GME. So I do my show usually in the afternoons, so hopefully we can do it during the earnings call. I don't know what... Can I broadcast the earnings call? Would I get some sort of DRS takedown? DRMC takedown, whatever. Excuse me. I ate a big burger right before I came on, so I'm just a wee bit burpy. I'm a burpy guy in general, just a burpy fellow. Boom. Okay. I just lost my chat. Oh, there's my spot in the chat. Okay. So Dan's came in here. G runs up to earnings. Okay, here we go. Monty, yes, debt ceiling has not been raised yet. The Congress just sort of did a stopgap measure. So they're funding the government through February. Woo! And then they get to do this all again in February, where Mitch McConnell's go, I'm not going to help you at all, and everyone else runs around the chicken with the head cut off, and then they'll be like, okay, we got a stopgap, we can run the government through April 10th or whatever, and then they'll do it again in April, and then they'll do it again in June, and it's just a never-ending friggin' cycle. Just bleh. Okay. William Morgan, China's delisting companies listed in foreign markets. Yes, they are. DD just got delisted after, of course, Jim Cramer was like, you need to buy this company all of last June, and now they don't exist anymore. So There was that. Stonk Mom, P.S. Still working on your cup. Many processes involved with that logo of yours. Oh, thank you. I'm so excited to see it. I hope it's like big and chunky and I can just guzzle my gallons of water out of it. Nice. Cancel Bubble got a bunch more shares at 164. Man, good job. Good job. I don't get my direct deposit until like midnight or midnight Sunday, Monday morning, right in there. It's finally I get my direct deposit, and I hope the deals are still going Monday. Yeah. Rusty Nails, truly attempted to be a rocket scientist, came up a little short, so they dropped the et and let you be a rock scientist. You want the God's honest truth? God's honest truth is you do not want me mission planning for anybody ever, because I have total calculexia when it comes to equations, and I flip fractions is my biggest problem, is that 1/3 or 2/3 becomes 3/2, and my brain flips them, and I cannot keep track of them. And when I had one of my basically rocket science courses where you got this program, you got a rocket with X amount of fuel in it, a payload this size, you need to get it up to a certain orbit and release, or I need to plan a mission to send people to the moon or Mars or whatever. I would put everything in there, hit enter and go, and then my little guys would leave the Earth's atmosphere, do a slingshot, try to get to the moon and go the wrong direction and just fly off into the void of space and never come back. And I pretty much killed everyone I ever tried to send to space consistently without fail. Without fail, I failed constantly. And that's just how my rocket science career went from there. You don't want me mission planning at all. Bill Coin prediction: China will have huge riots, civil unrest, no electricity, people starving, freezing, losing life savings, jobs. Your thoughts? Well, I think the financial crisis that's going to hit China is going to be way bigger than what everyone is currently playing towards. I think that they're trying to, oh no, we got this under control, but capital is going to dry up in a hurry. 30% of their entire economy is real estate, and real estate's toast. It is just in a free fall. And there is not an economy on Earth that can survive a 30% contraction like that without massive mitigation. And, the global economy would have faced that kind of contraction from the coronavirus had we not printed as much money as we did. Like, the printing money saved the U.S. economy from going into a deep-seated depression. If we hadn't done anything to mitigate that, we've been screwed. And so, as much as it sucks and as much as that can tie into inflation and other problems, the alternative would have been, people on the streets in greater numbers than we even have now. So I think China is in for a very rude year, most likely. You can't grow an economy forever. The contractions come, things escape the bubble, and then the bubble goes pop, and you have to realize that. Like, emerging economies are usually a great investment because even when everyone else is like in dog shit land, there's still so much room to grow in those economies. Well, China is reaching a limit of growth, and they have to figure out where it can go. And you just can't do 10% year over year forever. It cannot happen. So I think China is in for some very surprising economic news over the next year, especially if they can't figure out their real estate market. They're gonna be hurting. Sinchan, after MOAS, I'm streaking through my neighborhood in Speedos and sending a pic to Kenny to show my appreciation. I'm sure he would love it. We could all do that, and he can frame them and put them on walls all over his home to remember a spy. Yeah. Yes, I know my mic's messed up, people. My mic is crappy. Speaking on top, if I speak in the mic here, is it good? If I just hold my face right here, is that? I know, mic's awful. I don't know, man. Stupid. I worked on this thing after the show on Wednesday, and I got it. I thought it was working, and then. Oops, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. I want to do you. Filters, edit filters. Of course, why? No, quit doing that one. Why are you? That is, oh, this one. Sorry. Let's see if I can fix it in real time for you guys. All right, I've got the gain way down. I've got noise suppression way down. I don't know what noise gate means, so I haven't touched that at all. So I don't know what the hell that does. Compressor. Don't know what compressor is. Limiter. Not a clue what limiter is. And then there's a second gain. What the? Why is there a second gain? If I turn the second gain down, does that do anything? Does that do anything for you guys? Does that help? I have no idea. Not a clue. But there you go. That's what you get. And it's my volume looks like it's way down right now as a result of second gain. I don't know. Limiter. Beck says limiter. No, lol. Is it gone? Am I gone? No, you can't even hear me anymore. Worse. Okay. I'm going to get rid of that one. That one's gone. And original gain is back. Nope. Limiter. I take the threshold limiter, I turn it way down. How's that? You like that one? Yep. I put sound for the second gain on. I don't know. How's that sound? Does it sound like anything? Much better? Does it sound better? Does it? Does it? You guys are my guinea pigs, so I can't hear shit. I can't hear anything. No. No. Good. Good. No. Getting there. No. Not so far. All right. If I turn that, I turn that, and oh, it's crypto dumping again. Go back. Technical difficulties. Turn it down more. Can I turn it down more? All right. I can't turn it down much more. If I go to there's 30 minus 30. That's as low as the gain goes, and that go back one. It was good. I'm slowly disappearing. All right, now you can't hear me at all. So go back to 20, whatever. There we go. Don't turn it down more. Okay, I did not turn it down more. I put it up a little bit and turn it up. Sounds like you spilled water in your microphone. Microphone's way over here. The wire went there, so I don't think it hit the microphone. Let's turn on subtitles in the background music. I don't know what any of this is, but go that way, and sounds better louder. People like it louder? All right, well, feel like making water. Do you watch your stream? Not really. No. Like perfect? Is it good? Are we good? Yeah. I give a lot more betters than anything else. People are saying, "Give me a thumbs up." Woo! We did it. We did it, everybody. We have won. All right. I am not going to touch it at all. And there you go. Look at crypto. Okay, I'm going to look at crypto. People are yelling at me, look at crypto right now. Let's look at crypto. Let's look at crypto. Go back. Go there. Scroll down. Show me some crypto. Show me some crypto. Oh, yeah. No, crypto is dumping. Yeah. We are down 8% on Bitcoin. 8+%. Doge is down almost 9. Ethereum is down 11. Litecoin is down 13. Goodness gracious. Crypto is just taking a big old poop right now. Come on, open up. Open up the other crypto app. Come on, you're so slow, Coinbase. Oh yeah, no. Got 8%, 10, US dollar, tether coin, whatever. ADA, Doge down, DOT down, SHIB down, XTZ, Sol. Everything is down like 7 to 15% across the board. Atom is up for some reason. Any others? Pax? No, Pax is a tether coin. Yeah, everything is getting absolutely hammered. Dude. Crypto is just bleeding right now. Interesting. 8 million coins I never heard of are all down like 15, 20, 30%. Yep, crypto is taking it in the old butt there. Get some tape, use a new mic. I would love to use a new mic. All right. 15% better. All right, well, a little muffly. All right, well, we're just going to have to deal with this mic, and that's you guys are going to have to live with, because I have to live with it. Welcome, Uncle Smokey Stock Trades. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Houston's crappy microphone, and he sucks at life. World. Okay. All right, let's get back into where we were before we started talking about microphones. And Kyle Banta says 12/13 market tanks. Which date is 12/13? Is Monday the 13th. So we got 1, 2, week and a half until Kyle Banta says the market tanks. I think the market is got a lot more correcting to do. I'm serious. Like these Chinese bonds have to get written off before the end of the year, and a lot of banks, institutions are gonna have to like own up to these losses, because what else are they gonna do, right? Intro for our suffering. You guys really want? Okay. Are you happy? Are you happy now that you got your intro? There you go. I was asking about the mic diaphragm. Where is? Nope. I got it's towards me. Mic is towards me, so it's the part that needs to face me is facing me. We got that going at least. Okay. Dustin Height, check in for Wyoming, Houston. What size is your shirt preference? Can't stay long, but I'll check the stream tomorrow. Larges usually work. I am not a portly fellow, but I am a tall fellow. So larges usually work for me. Sometimes extra large. Like if I'm getting a shirt that's really cool and it has to be from like Asia, extra large or extra large works for that. But American sizes, just a regular large seems to be just fine. Only every once in a while is a regular large, like uncomfortably tight. But yeah, that usually works. If you do want to send me some cool shirts from Wyoming, I will gladly accept any cool shirt you want to send me. Beverly S. Netflix documentary highlights how the wealthy are above our laws. Yeah, that's usually how it happens. If you haven't seen Dirty Money on Netflix, there's 2 seasons of it, so it's like 12 documentaries. It is incredible. It is an amazing documentary series. They touch on everything from, payday loans to pharma scams to powers of attorney scams. It is a fascinating series of documentaries, and I highly recommend it. There was the one on the pharma scams about good shorting, like when a company is truly evil and a hedge fund steps in and says, we're going to short the shit out of you because you're a terrible person and we think your company isn't worth anything. What was her name? Oh shoot, now it's totally escaping me. This young lady looked into this pharma company, Vizient, something like that, and was like, hey, these guys are buying up companies spending all the money on dividends and not doing any research and development, and they're going to tank. And so she shorted the hell out of them, and then the company stock went from like 150 to 0 or something, and she made a fortune. So, yeah, there is good shorting out there, and one of those documentaries is talking about that. We had a penny with the shirt. Thank you. I love the shirt too. It's fancy. It's psychedelic. It's totally hip. The Beatles would have worn this shirt in 1969, 1970. Ty Bolak, if you could ask one question and get the true answer, what would it be? Oh man, these like existential questions I never ponder on. If I could ask one question and get the true answer, what would it be? I mean, I could go existential. I could go practical. I could ask for meanings of the universe, or, you know, who shot JFK, or something along those lines. But would that truly help humanity? Like, would the rest of humanity get that answer and believe it, or would it just be me? I think the most pertinent question for me, because I never got to see Monkey Butt as a puppy, is that I would want to know just how cute Monkey Butt was as a puppy, because I never got to see her as a little tiny bundle, because I got her when she was basically fully grown. And I follow like a Catahoula breeder just so I can look at the little Catahoula puppies that I never got to hold a Monkey Butt as a little puppy, and I wish I could have. And so that's the question. How cute was Monkey Butt? Adrian in Houston, how long do you think the supply chain problem will last? I have a small shop, so I've been stocking up, but not sure how long it will last. Everything is low. I think we still have a ways to go as far as supply chain issues are taking place. One area that is up a lot in the last few months is warehousing. I was just listening to a Marketplace driving back from the ferry, and they're talking about how warehouses have added 200,000 jobs over pre-pandemic, and it's in a large part a lot of these companies that were relying on on-demand supplies. So, you know, you have a factory and you make cars, then you get, you know, X number of wiper blades shipped to your door every week because you need to use that many wiper blades. If then one day wiper blades don't show up, you're screwed because you don't have an extra supply of wiper blades. So these companies are discovering like, oh, I've got a kitchen supply store and appliances aren't arriving on time, and I can't make my deliveries, so now I need to have a warehouse and just order a boatload of them, because that's the only way I can make sure that my clients have the products they need. So warehousing is actually going up, when in years past warehousing had been going down because this on-demand supply chain that we had created around the world was working. And now that we have this catalyst of COVID, essentially has destroyed the ability of these companies to get, you know, just-in-time deliveries for their on-demand things. No Revolution 105, antimatter equation? I have no idea what that relates to, but why not? Sure. The answer is antimatter equation. Okay. All right. Rusty Nail, Russia's Epsteining people. That's how you influence. Yeah, Compromat is an excellent resource. It's the most guerrilla of guerrilla warfare. Take it to Home Depot, get a screw. Bill Coin, cheap advice. After Moas, don't advertise your wealth. Don't go out and buy a Lambo. All it says to the street gangs is, look at me, I carry lots of cash, and they will come for your home and your parents and so on. Yeah. If you are going to be rich, it does pay to go where other people are rich, because then you are surrounded by like people, and that's the reason why there's fancy neighborhoods, because fancy neighborhoods have the fancy police and security and don't have the poors there to bother you. And that's why people live in places like Beverly Hills and Aspen and Medina and so on, because they are communities that cater to the fantastically wealthy. If you aren't interested in living in one of those communities, then I highly suggest in not letting anyone know what your financial status is like. Live quietly and go from there. Or just disappear. That's my plan. I want to just kind of fade away. Just me and a passport and monkey butt or something. All right. There you go. Jonathan K. looked up the Wikipedia for me. In 1875, Japan ceded its claims to Russia in exchange for the northern Kuril Islands. So they got the northern part of the island. Okay. They're the Kuril Islands. It is very cold up there. It is quite a cold place in the wintertime. 1905, following the Russo-Japanese War, the islands were divided, with the south going to Japan. Russia has held all the islands since seizing Japanese portion. Okay, so according to their treaties, Japan should have the islands, but the 1905 war, Russia took them. Ah, all right. That's what we got going on. Well, thank you. Thank you, Jonathan K., for doing the Wikipedia for us. Okay, Brian Romero, Houston, why are you saying NFTs are a scam or money laundering if famous people and crypto people are making and buying NFTs? I want to purchase one if it's going to be the future. I think as far as like the goofy pictures of a monkey is concerned, in 10 years we'll look back at it and we'll be like, those guys were kind of dumb. We're going to shake our head and go, what were these people thinking? That's my prediction. I could be wrong, but the fact I can right click and save one of those JPEGs and I can be like, I have the JPEG too, and it just pisses them off. That right there tells you that it's a silly thing in the first place. Also, like 97% of the crypto trades, of the NFT trades, are all being done by the same people. They are taking a pile of Ethereum that they have, and they may have gotten it through nefarious means, and then they buy their own crypto NFT, and they wash the money. They just take it from one wallet to the other, and then they take that money and they buy it back, or they buy it with a third wallet, and they just do this over and over and over again, jacking up the price of those NFTs, and it's fake. It is pumped until they can dump it on somebody. And they will pump and dump that stuff all day long. We've got the guys that are doing those weird micro loans, those quick flash loans, and they will purchase one of these NFTs for like $500 million and then return the money in a microsecond. So on the ledger, the sale gets recorded, and they say, hey, this NFT sold for $500 million. Oh my gosh, look at that. And it's all just smoke and mirrors. There's no there. And you know, they're selling NFTs of artworks that aren't approved by the original artist. So a lot of the NFT stuff is just silly. There is practicality to the blockchain that can be used in all sorts of ways, but the whole minting of NFTs for stupid pictures of monkeys, to me, is like taking a supercomputer that could be processing all the wonderful data that we're collecting scientifically in the world and doing amazing feats in research and using it to, I don't know, play Farmville or something. It's just a silly, silly, silly thing. They're so goofy and they're so silly. Like, you know, AMC's doing this marketing thing for their NFTs for the Spider-Man movie, and you know, people will buy into it. More power to them. They make money off of it. Awesome, go for it. But I can get like a million billion pictures of Spider-Man by not getting one of those NFTs. I can go to Google and go Spider-Man pictures, and then a bunch of pictures of Spider-Man show up and go, I'm going to save that one. That's me, my Spider-Man picture now. And what's someone going to do about it? Nothing. Yeah, right-clicking is the ultimate defeat of these things. Houston, what's your favorite post-Thanksgiving Day leftovers for meal? Gravy. Gravy is the best part about Thanksgiving, in my opinion. And gravy is one of the greatest food inventions humanity has ever come up with. Gravy is fantastic. And I'm probably only alive because I don't have access to gravy every day of my life. If I had access to gravy every day of my life, I would have died 15 years ago of a massive coronary or a stroke or something. So I only get gravy a couple of times a year, and I savor it because it is savory, quite literally and figuratively. Beverly S. How are you kid learn about crypto? Well, I try to read about it and may as well be written in Latin. Most of my education of crypto is trial and error, man. Like, oh, that's interesting, and I've been burned. William Morgan, someone paid $450,000 to be Snoop Dogg's metaverse neighbor. California-based rapper Snoop Dogg is now a resident of the Sandbox metaverse, and someone really wants to live right next door. Again, like, what do you do in the Sandbox metaverse? Like, do you go on missions? Do you play games? Do you blow stuff up? Do there puzzles? Or do you just kind of like invest in real estate and go, yeah, that's the house that I have. I don't understand it. I just don't get what that platform's for. Is it going to be like Free Guy, the video game in that movie? Is it just going to be like a free for all? Everyone's just running around blowing stuff up? And are there NPCs, or do I have to interact with actual humans? Because if I want to interact with actual humans, why don't I just go interact with actual humans? I don't know. There's some sort of big picture that someone's hoping to play out with these things, and I honestly just don't see it yet. John CA, that's for John Canada or John California. Houston, what are your thoughts on GME now? By the way, I'm an ape. GME's fine. We're doing a roller coaster like we do. And I hope I can buy the dip with some paycheck on Monday, if it's still dipping. But I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot more red next week. I think the economy's got a lot more weight to shed at this point. All right. All right, Daphne Berry, Houston, thoughts on Ryan Cohen pulling GME shares from the DTCC and moving everything to NFT on Loopring? It was a theory you were bullish on prior to Gherkin's visit to your channel. I still think it's very viable. I mean, if I were to be diabolical and shoot for what joke? Sorry, I'm looking at super chat here that I missed. Cole Kelly. Oh, nuts! I went for Cole Kelly here. I think it's very viable that if you want to be absolutely just put someone in a corner and checkmate them. If you are playing a game to win, and you are a game company, and the game has been short attacking, and you want to turn it on its head, you have to literally change the rules. So, Loopring coin itself acts like a share for Loopring, right? Like, you buy a Loopring coin, you are investing in Loopring. That's where that money's going. And they issued the coins, and you're buying it from them, and it's investing into their corporations. It's acting kind of like a share. Now, if GameStop can find a way to subvert the dominant paradigm and get themselves out of the traditional market and into a market they defined according to their rules, that is genius, and it is a game changer, and not just a game changer, but it's checkmate. Because the rules of the FAST system, the DTCC system, is, if you have a reason why you can pull your shares out of their system and make your own market, you can give them a 90-day warning and pull that stuff out. So if it's possible, I would totally want to be, if it were my company, I would totally want to do that. Because if you can change the rules of that system, you can upend this entire game. You can start to pull people from all these traditional markets and force the traditional markets to change how they operate. Because if everybody sees, if GameStop does this, if the speculation on this is accurate and GameStop does create their own market for their own shares of stock, we'll stop other people from doing it and just leaving the traditional market. And, if you want to buy shares rather than having a broker and all this stuff, you just have some gas fees on the layer 2, and it costs you a couple of cents basically in commission or gas fees to purchase these things, and you get rights to them, and then they can issue whatever you want to that wallet for dividends or specials or whatever. I think it's a pretty genius way of using the blockchain to do that. I still think that Ryan Cohen's got something up his sleeve that's not just the simple NFT market for exchanging game platforms and DLC and stuff like that. I think that there's something a little more diabolical in there somewhere, and a large portion of that is the hope springs eternal inside my heart, hoping to see the most mean-spirited, awful, brutal takedown of the short hedge funds that we could possibly dream of. And another part of me is, it makes sense. Like, if your problem is the system, then you know what? Don't play by the rules anymore. Make your own friggin' rules. Go from there. Because it's the future, and we can do those things. We have the technology. We aren't relying upon bicycle messengers flying around downtown New York, lower Manhattan, taking piles of stock certificates back and forth anymore. We create a computer system. Cool, we have a computer system. The computer system has been getting absolutely brutalized with subterfuge and sabotage and everything else. So why not take the best elements of the computer system and turn them on their head and just move to another one? Can you imagine if Loopring manages to successfully issue shares on their marketplace, and then you have 5,000 OTC stocks for like, can we get in on that? Right? The traditional exchanges would shit a brick. First of all, they would be like, you got to pass laws to make this against the law. But before that law is passed, a whole bunch of companies would have gotten through, and they wouldn't be able to short the way they have before, sucking money out of all of the retail investors' pockets for as long as they have. It would be pretty awesome. Pretty damn awesome. Okay, Cole Kelly. So I missed your joke. All right. I just started the stream, so it's for my future self. Lol. Did you hear about the non-binary prospectors? They struck gold in them there are hills. Yeah. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Sorry I missed that one earlier, Cole Kelly. Sorry, I got chatting and I totally missed it while I was chatting. I wish the super chats would hang out longer at the top of the screen so I could see them much better. Because I can talk for longer than a super chat appears at the top of my little banner. Kenneth Bean, can this crash somehow trigger MOAS? I think it could be. If their obligations don't shrink enough in comparison to their assets under management, then and their ratio becomes greater than 30-to-1 margin, that can trigger margin calls. And if a lot of these banks and institutions have to do big write-offs due to Chinese debt, the liquidity might not be available for them to borrow. So they might not be able to figure out a way of getting cash infusions to meet their margin requirements, and may face liquidation. Now, a lot of these banks which could be in trouble, might be scared to liquidate hedge funds that they've lent on margin to. And that's kind of the damned if we do, damned if we don't area. Because a lot of these folks may just go belly up anyway. Do you think Mitch McConnell will ever find his turtle shell? Dude does look like a turtle, man. I saw pictures of him when he was younger. He didn't quite have the turtle face then. I don't know what it was the last 40 years that just made his chin recede into his neck and go from there. Maybe it'll happen to me, but I got a pretty good butt chin. I call it the chin muff right there. Got a pretty good one of those. Eric, once molest starts, do you think there's any way Fidelity or other brokers besides DRS could do anything fishy and sell your shares on your behalf? Accounts are only insured for $500,000 with SIPC. I don't think they will. I don't think Fidelity will be facing financial troubles. That's why the best thing to do is have a cash account. If you have a margin account, there's different rules that allows them to sell that stuff. Some of the weird European apps that are used for trading U.S. Stocks, they've got weird clauses in there that allows stuff to be sold out from under them. And partially because of how those stocks are actually like pooled, that if you are in Great Britain, and I can't remember which all the different trading apps you guys use, but let's say 212. You're in 212 and you buy a stock. What happens is that the 212 brokerage buys a stock and keeps it in like a U.S. account, and then just sort of loosely attributes your ownership to a share inside of that account. And so it never even actually travels across the ocean. It still stays inside the United States, and it's a weird little thing that's happening. Yeah, so there you go. Okay. Now we're getting to all the people yelling at me about the microphone. Now I'm finding that part of the chat. So I'm only 35 minutes behind in the chat, so mic is terrible, mic is terrible, mic is terrible, terrible mic, oh, better, terrible, terrible, a little better, nope, got worse. And the time crypto's dumping. Okay. Sin Chan, think I have a serious problem. I can't seem to stop buying shares of GME and AMC. Every time it dips, I keep on buying 5 shares here, 10 shares there. Why not? Yeah. Why not? Why not? Why not just pick them all up and sit on them and wait? That's the world that we work for, is the buy, sit, wait. Okay. Eric says, Houston, want to hear your thoughts on this. Once molest starts, do you think there's any way for... Oh, we did that one. Okay. Yep. No, I'm sorry. I just read that one. Yes, I don't think Fidelity or those brokers are going to sell out from under you. If you have a margin account, there are instances where they are allowed to sell things out from under you. But for the most part, I don't think they would. And why would they sell it out from under you when the price is low, when they have opportunity to sell it out from under you when the price is really, really high? So I don't think they're going to do that. Matt James, 306. Tell folks about the Citadel underground tunnels. I took the tour and it was really amazing. Took a while to grasp how ground level changed that much. Oh boy, we're going to have to do some maps here. Let's go Earth it. Zoom into Seattle. There's an underground in Portland as well, but the Seattle one is the one I'm familiar with. So we zoom in. So I think his last show, or his maybe show before, I talked about how at one time Harbor Island was the largest man-made island in the world. And it came from essentially just eliminating entire hills in Seattle. They just blasted the hills down with excavators and fire hoses of water and washed it all downhill. And they filled this entire area. The Duwamish River here, this was a big estuary for the Duwamish River. So this whole area, so downtown Seattle is here, Space Needle's up here, the football and baseball stadiums are here. This whole area called Soto, this area was just a big giant marsh. and it was full of oyster beds and boardwalks and piers, and weird toothless oyster farmers lived in this area. And then they filled it all in with sawdust and dirt and made this industrial area, the Sodo, south of downtown. Now, in downtown Seattle itself, the old town is Pioneer Square, which actually used to be called Skid Row. And the original Skid Row is here. Yesler, coming down, was where the log skids were, and where the ferry terminal was the big giant Yesler mill for all the logs. And so people lived in Skid Row because they could live under the log skid and stay out of the rain, and that's where all the homeless people were. They changed the name to Pioneer Square in the 70s for marketing reasons and got rid of the term Skid Row. This was all marshy, boggy mud, and they filled it in, and they basically filled in around what was ground level, and so now there's became this underground city in Seattle. And I doubt we can zoom in close enough, but if you walk along the sidewalks, First Avenue, Second Avenue, walk along the sidewalks in downtown Seattle, you will see these purple, essentially amethyst pieces of glass that are embedded in the sidewalk, and those are skylights for the underground. And the underground was very thriving, especially during early hooligan Seattle, when it was full of miners and loggers and prostitutes and all sorts of things. And if you do the underground tour, you want to do the underground tour not with children. You want to do one of the late night ones where they'll tell you about all the madams and murders and things like that. If you do it with children, they'll talk a lot about seamstresses that lived underground, and by seamstresses they mean ladies of the night. But a huge portion of this area of downtown Seattle had essentially an underground city in here. In Portland, people would get shanghaied. They would have these brothels that were underground, and men would kiss a lady that would have like knockout juice on their lips or whatever and knock the guy out, and then he would wake up on a ship halfway across the ocean and would be forced labor on the ship to get shanghaied. Now, Seattle itself, prostitution was legal until the 20s. When women got the right to vote, Seattle elected its first woman mayor, and she cracked down on the brothels. And so about that time, now let's see if I can find it. Okay, so we have, this is Boeing Field, so this is the original Boeing Field here. And there was a brothel somewhere on the north end of Boeing Field that was, when it was built, was the largest brothel in the world. It was like 1,000-room brothel. And then shortly after it got built, prostitution got outlawed in Seattle, so it was turned into like the small, low-income housing units. And then I want to say it was like a Boeing 707 or something that was either taking off or landing from King County International Airport, Boeing Field here, crashed into the brothel and blew it up. Might have been like even a World War II plane or something. So there's a history here of ladies of the night in Seattle. Yeah, so there you go. Take the underground tour. You'll learn way more things than what I just told you. But there's a significant portion of Seattle that's under the earth and dusty and gross and full of stories of murder and mayhem. And I, yes, greatly appreciate it. Thanks, Matt James, for bringing that up. Okay, and all right, now I got the point in the chat. Now everyone's saying that the microphone is finally better. Okay, there we go. Okay. And then just after everyone says it's better, and then people say it's worse. So I can't win, man. I cannot win. Okay. Throw the mic against the wall. Turn off the K. What happens after we die? The best I can tell is that we decompose and become something else. We get gobbled up by creatures and plants, and that is the only surety I have. All right. Oh, lots of deleted messages here. Lots of deleted messages. Hopefully they weren't mean deleted messages, but repeat ones or something. And when I push the mic further away from my mouth, it's better. Yeah, okay. Oh, Muddy's here to troll, so we got some trolls coming in. You guys do such a great job manhandling them that by the time I get to that part in the chat, all I see are just a bunch of deleted messages. So I never see the mean comments. So all I think is just everyone in the world has lovely things to say, and that's the world I get to live in because the mods are so great. Sir David P. They have a copyright to NFT, so you can't use it for business purposes the same way you can't use Pizza Hut logo for business purposes. True, sometimes. But if the NFT is not made by the original artist or with the original artist's authorization, then there are no copyright purposes. What you have done is you just sold somebody else's artwork and you made a bunch of money off of it, and there ain't nothing anyone can do about it. Why? Because crypto is unregulated. It's the Wild West, baby. And they can get away with that. So those are some of the sketchy things you get. Cole Kelly, underwhelmed with the reaction to my joke. I'll try harder next time. Love your streams from OS. Come to Vegas. I'll build you a badass UTV. Oh, really? Hi. You're on, man. That's something that Off-Road Houston can get behind. I do want one of the projects I want to kind of try and do this winter, and it all depends upon getting the war rig up and running also, but I want to lead like a ghost town gold mining tour, some across the Southwest or something. Maybe set it up for like next fall, because I won't be able to get it organized in time for spring when spring is wonderful, but perhaps in the fall, like September or October, do a desert trip across the Southwest and take people with me and organize something like that. I think that'd be really fun. Teach people how to gold pan, look for crystals, and look at old mines and visit ghost towns, and build campfires and eat grilled food and sit in chairs and bullshit all night. I don't know what you guys would think about that, but I think that would be a really fun way to get to know everybody and organize something like that. Sounds like you're streaming from the capsule floating in space, getting farther away. I don't know. Microphone, why can't you just be like you were a week ago? Why'd you have to reset everything and just ruin my day? Or week, my year? I don't know. All right. Everyone said the mic got better, but then, I scroll down, everyone says the mic is terrible again. I can't win, man. I cannot win. Project Sun, thoughts on Gerg's unsubstantiated theories vid. I watched it last night? This morning. One of those. Yeah, I mean, his gut feelings are he's got pretty solid gut feeling there. If you guys haven't seen it, he basically says, my gut feeling is this looks like a rip before the dip. Or sorry, dip before the rip. And he's like, it's unsubstantiated. I have no science or data to back it up. But before every big rip, there's a big dip. And he says, this is what in my guts what it feels like. And I can get behind that. We've had big short attacks before, but they haven't coincided with the entire market absolutely just shitting the bed on it. So this is a different thing. Because before, you know, the market all year has been going. It might be a bad day here and there, but we're having a real first bad week. And we haven't had a bad week like this since, well, March, 20th, 2020, when we had to inject trillions of dollars into the economy to keep the entire world from collapsing. So, you know, we're in a weird place. Inspect the deck. I could drink gravy out of a mug. I would. I think that's why gravy boats sometimes have handles, so you can just pour it down your gullet and live happily ever after. Okay. You know, the audio is screwed. When Houston scratches his beard, you can hear it like it's right next to you. Can you guys hear that? Oh, man. Sorry. Cold Kelly, I'm in Vegas, so down for meetup. Sweet. Sweet. Party through the desert, ended in Vegas. Party in Vegas. Everyone goes home. Sounds like a plan. Daphne Berry, can you turn your sound settings to how I had it at the start of the podcast? It's actually a lot worse than when you started. Muffled, low, and fuzzy. God damn it. Okay, you guys are going to have to help me here. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and listen and watch you guys tell me how terrible I'm making this again. Because I have no idea. Edit filters. Okay. We go to noise suppression. Should I suppress the noise? If I get up there, okay. What'd that do? Did that do anything? Did that make things good? Cool? I have no idea. Okay. Don't tell them audio is good until it's good. Thank you, DVS. Don't fuck with me, people. Sorry, I clicked the button. I have no idea if things change when I click that button. If we look at the gain is currently at about minus 18.6. If I raise the gain, I should get louder and it should be more noisy. So I rose the gain a little bit. There we are. All right. When I get close and speak, quality's not that bad. If I get close and speak, noise gate, I don't know what noise gate even means. There's attack time, hold time, release time. I have no idea what any of that means, so I don't touch it. Compressor, there's a ratio, threshold, attack, release, output gain. Maybe I turn output gain. Let's try. I'm going to lower output gain. What does that sound like? Does that sound better? Does that sound good? Inside chain ducking source means nothing to me. These are all just goofy words that mean absolutely nothing. And then limiter. Limiter, I messed with limiter. You guys said good. And I messed with limiter again. You guys said bad. I went back to where limiter was. You guys said even worse. So I don't know what that would mean. Oh, show your screen. Okay, show your. That's a good idea. Show my screen. How do I do that? How do I do that? Can I do that? All right, there's that one. I'm going to do add. I'm going to do display, image, game, media source, window capture. I want to do that. Click there. And then I go add source. And, oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. What? Why'd you add that source? No, we aren't going to go. No, get off of there. Try the wrong one. How'd that happen? Window capture. Add source. Oh, new source. That's what I wanted to do. And there we go. Ha! There it is. All right. I think that's the one we wanted. That's the OBS. Streamlabs desktop. That's whoa. Okay. We're going to be Infinity Land on this one. Sorry, folks. That's just how it's going to happen. So I'm going to click done on that. I'm going to go Alt. And we're just going to get rid of the chat at least. So that will get out of everyone's way. And I am going to click back on here. filters, edit filters. Can you guys see that? No, you can't see. Gosh, dang it. That didn't work. You can't see the filters. Oh, instead we're just in this infinite world. We're falling into Houston Wade problem over and over for thousands of years, and I'm going to turn that off. Okay. Honestly, I don't know how. Oh, okay. Oh, I know. Did that? No, that's not there. That's not working. Dang it! It's not on there. There's the window doesn't exist. I'm sorry, I can't figure out how to do that. I failed miserably. I failed, and I'm a failure. Dadgummit. Consarn it. Life is but a meme. Edit filters. Alright, so when I did noise suppression, I did RNN noise, good quality, more CPU usage. I just did that, and I have no idea if that worked any at all. Oh, my mic is always constantly in a different position. It just, the mic position has nothing to do with what you guys are hearing, because for some reason, when we had a power outage and I had to reboot the computer, the mic wasn't on anymore, and it was like a different address, and none of the settings were remembered. And I don't honestly know what I did to make the mic settings decent. So here I am, just a man standing before you, completely incompetent when it comes to audio engineering with a computer. And this would be a great way, like Bluetech could have quite the advertisement for their product if they would just send me the stupid bolt that would allow it to attach to their silly tripod, and then I could have this microphone hanging upside down and talking into it, and everybody could be all happy. But they failed miserably on customer service and never sent me the stupid little nut that goes in the back. So, yeah. May just need a new microphone in general. We just be dealing with crap, people. That's where we are. And yep. When you do figure out your mic settings, take a photo. That's a very good idea, Bex. Very good. Very good. Alan Woodwork says compressor. So compressor output gain is down, release is up, attack is up. So if I turn attack down, what's that do? Does that sound good? Threshold is way up. If the threshold, should that go down? I can turn the threshold down. Shane E, suggestion, remove all filters and only worry about volume. Well, I tried that, and that was the trouble we were in before. Yes. And ratio, I have no idea what ratio is. All these things. Yeah. Sidechain ducking source. What's that even mean? I don't know what that means. So, connections. I don't know, man. We're stuck in this endless loop of me clicking buttons. I don't know what any of them mean. Kevin says better. Is Kevin right? Is it better? Should I turn things like release down? Maybe turn attack down a little bit more? Tacoma screw for the nut. Possibly. Be like, hey, make this nut happen. It's a ridiculously big one, too. It's like that big around to go screw in there. Get a custom nut. Can you hear the little buddy? She's having herself a dream. It's a good one. She's like murdering bunnies or something. All right. First son, you had it. Is that are we there? We'll get to the bottom of this. I got the peanut gallery going bonkers back here. Oh, well, we'll just turn some things down and go from there. That's all right. DVS, I posted how to fix the mic Right click on the audio icon, open sound, device properties, additional device properties, tab, levels, turn down the boost. Okay. Go to right click on device properties. That would be in system? Not system, system configuration. Is that what I want? No, not that one. That's not the right one. Control panel. Hardware and sound. Sound. Recording. Microphone. Properties. Levels. What did I say? DVS said. Right click on audio icon, open sound settings, device properties, additional device properties, top, tabs level, turn down microphone boost. Okay. Properties. Additional device properties. Do I see additional device properties? Oh, if I see there's global settings. Global settings, desktop, mic auxiliary device, new, source settings. If I turn that guy down, what's that do? That's microphone 2. I don't think, does that do anything? I'm not sure. If I turn that, does that do anything for you guys? So that makes it really quiet, probably. Makes it really quiet. That's, I'm in Windows 10. That's what I'm on. Down mix. No. If I go to levels here, if I change the levels in Windows 10, it does nothing in OBS. That's one thing I learned. So I can crank it, and you guys don't see any difference than if I turn it down or not. And yeah, it just does what it does. I got nothing else I can do about that. I don't know. Well, it fails reboot. Yep. All right, speaker icon system tray. Bam. Open sound settings. And sound settings are taking forever. Output, input, microphone. Microphone looks like it's screaming like crazy on here. Manage sound devices. Click that guy. Nope, L will disable. That doesn't help me. Device properties. Well, it does the same thing. If I turn it way down, if I turn it off, you guys are still hearing me. I can see the little green level keep going. So that is not doing squat as far as this is concerned. Houston, late night with Houston troubleshooting. Blindly with 1,000 people trying to figure out what Houston's doing wrong. Yeah. Well, it sounds like the mic boost is at 20. There's no mic boost going on. I have no mic boost. As far as I can tell, there's no boosting of microphones happening on this device. I mean, my gain is way down. Noise suppression is suppressed. I can turn down noise gate, whatever that means. See if that does anything. Compressor, I turn compressors down. Should I turn compressors up? Limiter, we can turn limiters down. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure OBS overrides it either. You guys have to just listen to me be like a raspy, distorted voice until I can have somebody who's way smarter at all this than me do it. Until then, let's talk about something else. Right? We got maybe 10, 15 minutes left on here. Somebody give Houston the controls of CERN. Let's make magic. Just yell for the rest of the night. I can do that too. I can just scream into this microphone. Just press my lips right against it. And yeah. Oh, producer would be wonderful. Having somebody who actually knows what all this stuff does. I don't understand why it's not like make yourself sound good, click, and then they sound good. I don't understand why they don't do that for us. I'm barely audible, man. All right. Then we go back to there. Go back to there. I'm going to turn you up a smidge. I'm going to go like that and like that. I'm going to turn that up, turn that up, turn that up a little bit. Maybe you up, and push that up there and that up there. Does that change anything for you folks? That oh, now the volume's too crazy. Okay, I did that, and there we go. I'm trying to hear crickets outside. Oh, when I first got this microphone, I put the headphones on, and I could literally hear planes approaching from miles away. It was nuts. Yeah. Louder now, but in and out. I got a whole bunch of yeses, better, perfect, eureka. I don't know what I did. I just hit things, and okay, we're just going to deal with that. That's how we're going to go. We're going to deal with this until I can have a professional come along and slap me around and be like, what are you doing? Hey, Leaky Mountain's here. Hey, Jake. There you go. Jake's in for the first time in a while. Welcome, buddy. Everything's going all right. You're going to get some big old snow in Hawaii next week. Hope you're going to enjoy it. All right. I'm keeping my volume the way it is. I'm not going to touch it for the rest of the show. Bing, bong, blah, blah, blah. There we are. All right. It's going to be fuzzy. Sorry, guys. Life is what it is. All right. Let's see if we can go back up to when people have questions about things I could talk about. And we can answer some of those. All right. Oh, did you have a good dream, bud? Did you have a good dream, little buddy? Oh, yeah, you were sleeping hard, weren't you? Yeah. All right. Usually, if you tap the song, what you want, you'll sound like the Beastie Boys. What you want. All right. Alan Woodwork, any thoughts on the MMTLP spinoff announcement? Yes, it sounds like the spinoff is coming Q1, and from what I was reading I just did a quick read of the press release, it sounds like they may have a buyer for those assets come Q1. So the way the merger was written was that they had to sell or turn those shares into a new company by January 1st. So that's what they did. They turned those suckers on a new company. And from one of our watchers who was in here the other day, he was telling us about how oil lease purchases happen. Usually they happen at the beginning of a quarter. So perhaps there's a buyer for those leases starting in Q1, which would be fantastic because then Metamaterial gets some cash, we get some cash, and move on from there. Yeah. And then, cool. There we are. People talk about keto in these things. All right, let's get there with keto. Now we're out to my microphone is terrible. Microphone is terrible. Terrible. Microphone is terrible. How you fix your microphone? Fix the microphone. Your microphone's terrible. Now the microphone's better. All right, there we go. All right. Why are my stocks sucking? Because the world sucks, Jake. That's why the stocks are sucking. The world sucks, so everything's going to suck with it. Yep. Oh, Bitcoin just dropped below 50K. Oh, it's hemorrhaging even more right now. Get back up here. Just keep scrolling. Oh, it's Bitcoin's down 11% right now. It's back above 50, but I don't think it's gonna be staying there for very long. Man, Ethereum's down almost 12. Doge is down 12. AVAX is down 13. SHIB's down 10. Goodness gracious. What's my crappy Saitama coin doing? No, Saitama's down a little bit. Whatever. But seems to be holding strong at its crappy level. But yeah, power edge may have fried my mic too. I don't know. The mic may be toast. Might be screwed the mic all around. Roger's son, did you see where that guy held on to a massive rock he found thinking it was gold in it, but ended up being a meteorite? I'd not heard about that, but that's yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. Gfunt, no, I don't have a built-in microphone on my PC. I've got these guys. We can do maybe the rest of the show with these guys. See if this works. Let's see if we can do a swap over. I will do that. 1 second. Okay. I'm going to go to these guys and see what happens there. That turn you off. Oh shit. He wants to fall. Okay. We can go to check audio input capture. Did that. Now if I want audio, is that happen? Is that doing anything? Great sound, better, silky. Oh my god. Okay. All right, we're gonna do it from the headset for now. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do this guy and see if that works for everybody. Don't touch anything. I will not mess with anything. We'll just be on the gaming microphone. Okay. Yay! You guys get this for another like 10 minutes and then I'm done for the night. It'll take a half an hour to figure that out. Okay. All right. There we go. All right, everybody. So, yeah, other mic is toast. Another mic might just my cheap Chinese microphone may have finally bit the dust. Okay. So if I that no. All right. We'll just there we go. Now you sound like Pee Wee Herman and helium. All right, so we're just gonna go from here and hope that this works for everybody, and work on that. All right. Does anyone have questions that are outside of microphones? And we can go with that. Doge, yeah, Doge is dumping harm. Yep. Fixing your mic took so long, you gotta shave again. Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. All right. Sitting Bull, any thoughts on whether U.S. financial market is propping up China's market? That would be the dumbest to prop up CCP. Well, there's lots of talk even in Congress about that you know, they're angry that big institutions were spending money on investing in China and China's infrastructure and real estate, but they weren't doing that here. So we are kind of in a weird place right now where these folks they you know, think about the trillions of dollars that were invested in Chinese bonds. Now imagine if those trillions of US dollars were invested here in the United States, right? Would these companies be facing the bankruptcy that they're having right now? Or would they have, you know, the money on hand that they need? Yeah. So those are good questions. Like, why are we investing so much into Chinese infrastructure when we could be investing in U.S. infrastructure? Eric, do you think astrophotography will die off in the near future with all the stuff we send into space? Are talking about like lots of blinky little satellites getting in the way? That's been an issue. Elon did not win fans with the astronomy community by having the first set of Starlink satellites be so bright. There's no need for it. You can paint them black and they wouldn't reflect all the starlight back and wouldn't ruin our scientific data. So hopefully when he puts up the other 20,000 of them, he doesn't make that same mistake. Hey, we got our first coordinates of the evening, finally, here towards the end. Enough microphone issues happening all night. Might as well find ourselves somewhere in the world and go here. And she says, go to Street View. All right, we're flying. Heading to where? South America? Go down here. We are at a little lake. Like, oh no, it's not a lake, cliff. It's a cliff. Go to Street View. Let's go to this place. Ta-da! All right, we got some rocks. We're in, I think, southern Chile. We're in a nice little path, aren't we? Look at this place. Look at those cliffs up there. What a lovely little hike. This is conglomerate. So this is a bunch of gravel that got baked under a bunch more rock and turned into a big rock full of, it's an aggregate full of smaller rocks. And then up here, it looks like it might be a whole cliff of this stuff. These things are pretty rad. So this may have been an ancient shoreline or maybe a riverbed. That's a lot of gravel. I've been deposited by glaciers and then recooked over a succession of glaciers. That could be it too, judging from how far south we are. About what, 51 degrees south. So definitely glaciers have come through this area. Yeah, that's a gorgeous place. What's it called? Place called? Your name for it? Looks like there's a little camp thing there, little building there. No name as far as I can tell. Looks like, is that a vineyard? Very far south for those. The National Monument. All right. Cool. Hierro Benitez. That hill. Dig it. Oh, dig it. I think you're saying volcanics. You think that's tough? An aggregate of tough there? It might be that too. Maybe just a whole bunch of lava bombs. Leaky Mountain's gonna have a better idea than I do if it's volcanics. There's a cave overways with a giant sloth in it. What? How do I get to the cave with a giant sloth? Okay, zoom in here further. Giant sloths are my favorite creatures that have ever existed. What the heck is going on here? What is... Oh, I'm in the cave. Ah, that's a big... Holy shit, look at the size of that cave. What? Can I go forward? Where's a sloth? Dude. For a second there, I was like looking at this and I was like, up is down, down is up. No, we're in a giant cave. Whoa. Look at this sucker. Giant sloths are rad. And they're slow, and they got eaten, and then they didn't last very long. But it looks like a lot of people are disobeying the rope here and climbing over the rope and walking around inside this cave. But where's the sloth? I want to see the sloth. At the Harvard Natural History Museum, they've got a big giant sloth. And these things were huge. They're like 8 feet tall. The skeleton is terrifying, but you know, it's sloths. They've probably been like, what's up, dude? Oh, all right. Red Zealand, Houston, have you heard of about the Eye of Sahara? You know anything about it? Supposedly location of ancient Atlantis is located in Mauritania. Yes, someone tries to send me there every show. It's actually a crypto volcanic structure. If we exit here and we zoom and we go back to our favorite place in all of Africa. That might be on the, that's on the Chile side. Okay. So we go across Africa. Mauritania. There's the Eye of Africa. Shablam. This guy right here. This is actually an ancient volcanic structure. So it was a volcano and the caldera and everything basically eroded away. There's several of these around the world. This is the big one you can see in Africa. You can see a big one, Big Bend National Park in Texas has one. It's in a little bit more hilly area, so it doesn't quite stand out as well. But where are you? Oh, here we go. Here's the one in Big Bend, very similar. You notice there's a couple little guys around it that look very similar to that. So these are probably shield type volcanoes that eroded away and may have not had as high up a magma chamber as some other volcanoes. So if you get to Shiprock, New Mexico, which is up here, Shiprock. There you go, Shiprock. Shiprock was probably a similar type volcano, but the magma chamber was much higher up inside the volcano. So when it eroded away, the magma chamber is left behind as this big towering doohickey. So you can see here that it's towering that way. And that's the best I could come up with theory-wise for why we have some of these cryptovolcanic structures that look like the Eye of Africa. Thank you, Lava. Cryptovolcanic, Daddy Han would be so proud. Yeah. Dr. Han, I used the term correctly, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, look at crypto. Crypto's diving even more. Oh, boy. Wrong one. Oh, goodness. Yep. Bitcoin's now down 14%. Ethereum's down 14. ADA is now down 20. Doge is down 20. What do you think, guys? Margin calls? Think this is people trying to meet liquidity requirements? Because these suckers are diving hard. There might be some screaming deals to buy for crypto coins here. Goodness gracious. Man, everything's down 14 or more percent, like across the board. There's 23%, 26%, 22, 23, 25, 28% LPT, whatever coin that is. 27 for band. Man, there is no green to be found in crypto at all. Everything is hemorrhaging. Absolutely everything. Man, only the Tether coins have a little bit of green, and those don't mean anything. Oh, Atom coin is up 8%. Okay, everything else is red. Goodness gracious. All right. What a... Yeah. Tether is backed by Chinese bond. Tether is backed by nothing. There's no money in Tether whatsoever. There's $70 billion missing that that people paid for Tether, and yep. Yeah, Jake, they passed the kick the can budget today, so we have until February 18th now until we get to go bankrupt as a nation. So that's where we are. All right, Beans Brigade. Yes, send me your personal mic filter things, and I will look that over. I'll try to get a screen capture. I'll just control print screen that sucker and then send it to you, so you can be like, "What are you doing?" All right. That's what's supposed to happen. Mike just took a dive, and stupid setting thing just. Oh, you son of a. Everything's falling around me. This might be the signal that I should give up. Ah, I don't have enough hands, Monkey, to hold these things and do all this stuff. Oh, there. But hold that, Monkey. Hold that. Land to a desk like you're supposed to, you crappy little piece of... And you right in there. You screw into there, and then everything just leave me alone. All right. Ah. Okay. Did that work out for you? All right. So, that's true. Can't go bankrupt to all the bombs. There's something to might is right there. Yeah. Monkey butt. Hey, buddy. Monkey, Jake's saying hi. Come on. Hey, everybody. Get up here. Come on, bud. Come on. Stretch it out. Say hi to everybody. Here you go. Yeah, look. Look up there. Look up there. See that? Someone's watching you right now. Watching you. Huh? You don't understand why I come to this room and sit here and just talk at nothing for hours. You were so confused by all of it. Yeah. Red Z-Line, have you ever tried looking for blue agates around eastern Washington? Why they're only found there in Washington? Yeah, the blue agates, Ellensburg blues, as they're called them, they formed from basically a silica-rich ash that got buried underneath glaciers in the area. And it just happened to be the combination of that silica with the type of soil that was coming from created the Ellensburg blues. That's why you can only find them there. So it's a different type of stone. I have looked for them once. I got a couple. A friend of mine grew up in Ellensburg, and we went to a family farm field after they tilled and went looking for them. That's the best way to do it, is if they do the tilling in the spring or winter before they're planting. If you get permission from the farmers, you go, hey, can I look for Ellensburg blues? And they'll be like, yeah, whatever, dude. Go out and hang out in my yard and go get them. They're really cool, and they're worth a lot of money too. For just being pieces of agate, pieces of quartz. They're rare pieces of quartz. So, yeah. Brawl super chats. Do you think GME is going to end up on S&P 500? Well, what might happen if it does? Happy birthday. I think GME should be in the S&P 500. It meets all the requirements essentially. So why not? Why not? This is the dog who's like, I've been stuck at home all day, and you come home and you just talk on your microphone, and you don't pay attention to me, and here I am, being a dog, being the best dog in the entire world. You are just not playing with me enough. So I think it should end up on the S&P 500. It meets all the requirements to do that. So do it already, right? Right, Monkey? There are companies with smaller amounts of market cap and smaller yearly sales, and that are on the S&P 500. Okay. My friends are really into rocks and wanted to find them some Ellensburg blues. Is there anywhere to buy them locally? Most of the jewelry shops in Eastern Washington for sure will have Ellensburg blues. Some of them in the Seattle side will. Excuse me. But outside of that, it's gonna be hard to find them outside of Washington. You might have some luck finding some on eBay or something, but the quality might not be that great. eBay is not the way to buy quality stones. You might get some rough ones. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, for the audio, she's making monkey butt time. Yeah, monkey butt got some time, didn't you, buddy? Yes, you did. Good dog. You good dog. Okay. Yeah. So, well, we've been on for 2 hours, even though like an hour of it was you guys telling me my microphone sucks. So. Yeah. Seriously, go find your own. It's much more fun than buying them. Go visit Ellensburg someday. Knock on a farmer's door and be like, hey, gonna look for them. So basically, Tienaway, which is like a little bit outside, like the eastern side of the foothills of the Cascades, through Ellensburg are the places to find Ellensburg blues. So they'll be good. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for the Friday show. We're doing one Monday. I'm certain that we're going to see a lot more red next week. So just buckle yourself up for it and know that we're on the downslope of that roller coaster before we go right back up again. And get yourselves prepped and ready. It's one of those memes where it's like first time for all the folks that are just jumping into this stuff. All right, guys, I am going to check out. I'm going to eat some chocolate cake and have some fun with Monkey Butt because she wants to have a good night. And guess what time it is? Intro time!